Hello, I'm Anthony Hobbs, better known as A.D. Hobbs, and I'm going to do a review now of 50 Shades of Grey. Now the thing is, I was a little reluctant to do a review of this story because, well, you see, normally when I do a review of a film, it's a film I've seen a number of times. I've only read the book 50 Shades of Grey once, and I've only seen the film once, so I can't really give a good in-depth view. But this is a special request. A special friend of mine asked me to do this, so I thought, well, I can't let her down. So this is it, my review of 50 Shades of Grey. Now, I've got some visual aid. I couldn't find I do have the original book, but it's been mislaid, lost somehow. But I do have the sequels, 50 Shades Darker here. It's just one item on the front cover. Like, you see, the first one just has a picture of the grey tie, because Christian Grey wears a grey tie. This is just a picture of one of those sexy masks that they wear. And that's 50 Shades Freed with a key. Now, when I read 50 Shades of Grey, well, when I first heard about it, so this was back in the year 2012, I thought it was about a spy thriller type story. Well, think about it, you know, the word grey has many different meanings. One of them means very vague and unclear, mysterious, so you have to figure it out. So I thought it was about spies trying to crack a code, 50 Shades of Grey. When I found out, and also, yes, it was very popular with women. I remember, and I'm not exaggerating, every time I went on a bus, there'd be a woman reading 50 Shades of Grey in the year 2012. Every train ride, there'd be several women reading 50 Shades of Grey. It was an absolute phenomenal. It was everywhere. Sitting on park bench, every other woman would be reading 50 Shades of Grey. So I thought, blimey, this is serious stuff. This is a really popular book, a great spy thriller. When I found out what it was really about, I thought, oh, it's all about sex, non-stop sex scenes. Oh, it's really popular with women. Oh, dear. You dirty lot, how dare you, naughty girls. When I found out what it was really about, yes, that, pulled the wool over my eyes, if you like. Anyway, I thought, well, okay, fine. Sometimes a story is about sex a lot and is really successful. We've had some blockbuster movies all about sex a lot. So if sex is done in the best possible taste, it can actually create a really good story. So I read the book. It was a friend of mine. She'd read the trilogy, and she'd seen all she wanted of it. So once you've read it once, you don't read them again. So she gave me all 3 books. That was very generous of her. Yes, all 3. And anyway, Americans spell grey, G-R-A-Y, the colour grey. But they spell the surname Grey is spelled G-R-E-Y. So that's why I didn't know it was American when I first saw it, because it says 50 Shades of Grey spelt, because Christian Grey spelt his name the same way the British spell Grey. 50 Shades of Grey was written by a British author, but it's written as if it's written by Americans, so that it would sell in America. And it did. It did sell in America very well. And, well, I have mixed feelings of 50 Shades of Grey. I'll be honest, you know. It's okay, it's alright. It was the first time I'd ever read graphic sex in a book, you know. So that I've seen plenty of sexy films, but never read it on page like that, and described in such lengthy detail. However, in spite of what I've just said, I remember a friend of mine saying, this is mummy porn. But mummy porn? What on earth is that? What does that mean? And I was told mummy porn means a sexy story, but very toned down. And I thought, this is toned down? It's the most graphic, sexual, explicit stuff I've ever read. This is toned down? What's a graphic book about sex like, you know? But apparently no. 50 Shades of Grey is very toned. Well, I think it's very graphic, very over the top, you know. And really over-the-top explicit sex. And the sequel's called 50 Shades Darker. Oh, God blimey, darker than that, you know. So, I guess I'm being a bit innocent. I've seen lots of sex scenes in films, but never read it in books. That's why it was so different. Yeah, I think that's what was so appealing about it, something a bit different. We've seen it all on film. Let's see it described in a different medium. Now, did I like the book 50 Shades of Grey? Well, it was okay.